everybody, this is Alyssa from Make Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for a WIP Chat. So WIP stands for Work in Progress Chat. Well, we're going to sit here and chat a little bit about the week, and really the last couple weeks since I haven't had a chance to film in a little bit. So we're going to do that. I'm working on the paintgem geometric series. This is the card that I have up next. I only have 4 left to do of this series. These are the 4 images left of the geometrics. I'm loving the geometrics. But we're going to work on the paintgem geometrics. I have all my drills laid out over here, and I just realized that I pulled my pens out and forgot to put tips in my pens. So let me go grab some multi-placers and we will do that before we get started. Since obviously I was not paying attention. All right, I need my, oh, there we go. Multi-placers. Perfect. All right. So we are going to put our multi-placers in there. Let me grab my handy dandy piece of release paper with a melty glue stick and my gun, or my torch, because that's what I use instead of a glue gun. I always like to make sure that they fit in the ends before I do it, just because sometimes they can be a little bit snugger. So they do, so we are good. All right, so now I can melt me some glue stick. I hate this torch is like a, I gotta get it where it actually flames on me. There we go. So I just melt the end of the glue stick. Good. And now I put the glue stick back down and I can stick the tip in there and then do that. And we're gonna go ahead and whoosh around the edge to get all the glue off. So as you can see, quick and easy. Let me do this one before the glue totally cools. And then let me wipe. I like to wipe the glue before it dries. That way I don't end up with like lumps around the thing. All right, so now that is going to do its thing. I can put this away. We are going to try out a new putty. So I've just recently got back. Oh, I need wax too. Where's that at? Oh, goodness. It's a mess today, you guys. Oh, there, we'll choose this one because it's close. We're using Marshmallow Peepers wax from Pure Bliss Wax Company. This is going to be the wax of choice for today. And that's just because it's what's on my desk. So we're gonna do this. I like to scrapey. And then I use the inside of the lid to help squish it down for that one. So there's the first one. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the second one. I find that this one it's deeper in there, so it doesn't scrape the same as like a wee wax, but it still works fine. All right, so we've got the wax. So now we are gonna grab some putty, which I'm using this. This is from, it's Tropic Like It's Hot. It's from Diny Creations Putty. So this is a putty that we got from the retreat. And look, they even have a little like dinosaur on there. So this was in our swag bags from the Crafter's Paradise retreat. So this will be I think I used it a little bit in one of my other pens that I did. It's definitely a softer putty, so I will probably have to switch back and forth with pens, just because the putty will soften pretty quickly and get a little, when I use soft putties, they get stringy, and then I can't place very well when they're stringy like that. So I usually, at that point is usually when I switch to a different pen. All right, I have to keep an eye on the time. I should be good timing wise, because of course I was so tired last night that I did not film this video last night, hence the filming it now, Saturday morning instead of filming it on Friday night. So we've got the putty in there. This card will be really quick. So we're gonna take care of this. I may actually, let me pull out one of the trays from the retreat, because that would work out nicely. And give me a chance to use a different tray besides this one. I've been using this one for a while. It's kind of like, those have turned into my new favorites. But I think I'm going to use this one. So this is from Creations Morin, I believe. And it's a 3D printed tray. Yeah, Creations Morin says it right there. This was another one from the retreat, Crafter's Paradise Retreat 2025. I like the quality of the image on the front here is pretty good, because sometimes you can get ones that are really hard to like make out, but that one's pretty decent. It's a white tray, but on the back you've got Tropic Like It's Hot, which you can kind of see through that if you look closely. And then it's got the stopper that just pulls straight out. I've never used this tray, so I have no idea how it's going to go. I've never used a tray from Creations Morin, so again, I don't know how it's going to go. All right, and we are ready to start. So this one, it will be a faster one because they literally only have 2 colors to do on this one here. So we're gonna move my pens over here. We're gonna start with, we'll start with the 310. So this is basically black and white, but the next one will have more color. So we'll do the 310 for this. But I'm excited that I only have like the last few of these. All right, so this will be the test. Oh, I didn't even notice it's got like that little tray in the back, which I'm ambivalent on the tray in the back because I usually end up with my drills off to the side. And these are paint gem drills, and the 310 are notoriously trashy for paint gem. So we will see how it goes. Like there's tons of like trashy. I do notice like in this one, so far I'm noticing that a lot of some of the drills are upside down, which I've never really had that much of that issue with drills being upside down in my tray working with other trays. So we will see. It's a little bit of a bigger tray than I'm used to, so that's something that we will see how it goes. Momo's in her box. She's right next to me. She just climbed in her box because she's Momo and she's cute, and she has decided the box is her friend again. For a while there, she was ignoring the box, and she did not touch her box for probably the first few months. She completely ignored that the box even existed. So the fact that she's sitting in her box right now is like, oh, you're so sweet. You're so cute, baby. Aren't you, Momo's? Aren't you, Momo cat? But now she's back in her box. I think she's just, since she had her tooth surgery, she has, like a couple months ago, and had all of those teeth extracted, she has been feeling so much better. And I can definitely tell the difference in how she's been acting. I'm like, there's my fun-loving, sweet little Momo back, rather than this cat that just sleeps all day and ignores me. So she's definitely feeling better, which makes me happy because she's happy. That's a drill that I don't want. So we're gonna put that one right there. But anyways, so what has everybody been up to? I feel like it has been absolutely forever since I filmed a WIP Chat. It has been a while. I've been pretty busy, and then I'll get to the weekend and I'm like, ugh, I just don't have the energy to film. So I can't even remember the last one that I did. Maybe it was I tried to do a vlog, but then I just I filmed like 2 short clips for a vlog, and that was about it. I was too focused on other stuff to actually do any filming. But anyways, so I think the last time I did a WIP Chat was before Memorial Day or something crazy like that, I think. Because I was going to do one when I was at my parents' for Memorial Day weekend. And then I just kind of completely forgot, I think. I'd have to look back and do it, but it feels like it's been about that long since I've done a WIP Chat. But yes, life has been busy. Work is work. I haven't had any changes really in work. But the biggest thing, so Memorial Day weekend, I went and spent Memorial Day weekend at my parents' house. So I drove over on Friday morning for Memorial Day weekend because they had Friday and Monday off. So I drove over on Friday morning and left on Monday morning around lunchtime is when I left to come on back here. But yeah, that was Memorial Day weekend. Had a lot of fun. Just kind of chilled, hung out, did some diamond painting, did some other, just kind of chilled and relaxed. And my mom also, just kind of did some artwork. She's been doing a lot with pastels. So she was working on a couple different pastel paintings, or like drawings, I guess you could say. But they were really good. She's such an amazing artist, you guys. So we did that on Memorial Day weekend, and then went to the beach. We didn't actually swim because none of us are like big, like go get in the water, but to stand at on the shore at the beach and just like stare at the water and sit there and like watch sunset. Now that's my definition of having a good beach day. I'm not one to sit out in the sun. And that's mostly because I have enough tattoos that if I'm out in the sun for more than like 20, 30 minutes, I burn. Especially on my shoulders, which is where because I have the half sleeve on the one side, quarter sleeve on the other, so it's not that big. But like my whole right arm is basically just black ink. So I tend to burn pretty quickly. I burn pretty quickly regardless, but then you add in all of that black ink on me and I burn much faster. So that's something that, we're gonna put that one right there. So that's something that with how much I burn, it's like I usually don't just go sit at the beach kind of a thing, because that's just a recipe for me to be burned. And then I will be in pain because I will be burned. So I usually avoid the hanging out all day at the beach unless I am under like a tent or something to that effect. Oh, I should say the pens. I believe I got both pens are from Enabler's Outpost. So this one right here, I love the gorgeousness of this blank. Look at how pretty that pen is, those colors and those pastels with the glitter. And then this one is my pink flamingo pen. Look at that, it's got little pink flamingos in it. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. And then I had Elizabeth put the gems on it as well, so that way I could have some bling on it. So we're gonna switch over to that one. But anyways, so those are the pens that I'm using today for you. 2 from Enabler's Outpost. I need to film my pen haul video for you guys. But first I want to do my tray video. Once I do the tray video, then I will do my pen video, and then I will showcase my diamond painting hoard video, which I have already filmed, mind you. I have filmed the diamond painting hoard video. I just am in the process of editing it because it's currently 3 hours, and it's probably going to stay 3 hours or pretty close to 3 hours. But I'm editing it right now because it's so lengthy. It's going to take me a little bit of time to edit. So yeah, but it's filmed. I filmed it like a week or 2 ago. But yeah, so now it's just a matter of doing the trays and the pens. I'm going to do the trays first because that'll be easier. The pens are going to take a little bit longer because I think I've decided this year that I want to sort my pens by maker rather than by like when I purchased them. So that's kind of what I'm going to do to showcase them this time instead of doing it how I did last year. So I feel like this tray, it's okay. It's not my favorite tray. It's an okay tray. But I've had better, I've had worse. Oh, that's a trash piece. So anyways, oh my goodness, yes. So that was Memorial Day weekend. Did a lot of just kind of hanging out with the parents and at their place. The girls were happy because the girls love my parents, and Momo's favorite person is my mom. So she got to, you know, spend all that time with my mom, and then also with Essie, my mom's dog. So they had a blast. And then, so that was, I came home on Monday from that. I worked that Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday was a light day at work, but I worked Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I left Thursday morning to head to the airport and to head down to Texas for the retreat. So that was the Crafters Paradise retreat. And this was my second year going. I went last year, which was the first year that we had that retreat. And oh my goodness, absolute blast. It was so good. Like very little sleep happened, but it was so much fun. I got to hang out with all of my Discord friends that I've been chatting with for, you know, that we've been friends for like the last 2 years. So I got to hang out with all of them, but then I also, you know, got to meet new people and hang out and catch up with some people that I hadn't seen since the previous year retreat. So it was a lot of fun, so much fun. And oh my goodness, the shenanigans that we all got up to, especially when you combine all of us into, oh, sorry about that, I had a sneeze. So especially, yeah, it was so much fun, especially like the shenanigans when you combine all of us together, especially when you factor in, you know, you've got like some crazy piece of people, love them, like crazy awesome. But like you have Natalie from Diet Coke and Diamonds, Tiffany from Diamonds at Tiffany's, Nicole from Shire Shenanigans, Mackenzie from Dragon Wing Diamonds. And she's on hiatus, but she did announce that she is going to be coming back once like her personal life stabilizes a little bit with work and everything else. And then you also have Jessica, Stealthy Crafter, and sorry, I'm trying to do this. Then we had some other good friends, like from the Discord as well. Like we had Charmaine, we had both Katie's. So Katie, Diamond and Washi, she's one of the committee members for the retreat. And then Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights was also there. And then we also had, like I said, Charmaine, another Katie from the Discord. And then we had, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Oh yes, Angela, and I'm trying to like go around of like who sat where. Lexi, and then there was Lexi Sparklecraft was there as well. Shay was there. Oh my goodness, so many people, so many awesome people that were there. So it was really good catching up with everybody that I, like the ones that were there last year and getting to see them again. And then of course, you can't forget Alyssa from the Diamond Painting Accountant, and Kara from Kara was one of, so Alyssa and Kara were both on the committee. So Kara is the principal diamond painter. So many awesome people. Mystery of Diamonds. So my table, because this year the retreat was set up a little bit differently because it was at a different location. So we had like in the center of the room were big long tables that people were sitting at, and then on the two sides of the room were round tables. So at the round tables, I sat at one side of the room, kind of in the middle. There were like 3 round tables, I think, on each side of the room, and then the big long tables in the middle, in one big massive long line. So the my table was in the middle of like the one side, and on my table there was myself, there was Charmaine, and there was Brandy from Mystery of Diamonds. We had, oh sorry, I get the cough. Then we had Barb, who's an absolute sweetheart. And then there was also Kara sat there too. I think that was it. So there was Charmaine, me, Brandy, Kara, and Barb. So I think there was just the 5 of us at the table. So it was super fun. And then Jade and her mom, or no, Jade and her grandmother, because it was Grandma Jade. But yeah, so Jade sat, like her grandmother and her were basically right behind me at the next table. So it's like you could chat back and forth easily. But oh my goodness, so many awesome people. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, and I probably have, and I'm sorry. But I was trying to remember everybody that sat like at my table, and like my Discord people that were there. And then of course there were people that were there last year that were there again this year. Some new people. So it was lots of fun. So awesome. If you've never had a chance, if you've never gone on a retreat and you've been on the fence about going on a retreat, I highly recommend it. Usually when retreats open for, you know, like the registration for retreats, a lot of times will open like a year in advance. So like, I believe if it goes like it was last year, September is when they'll open up the Crafter's Paradise for everybody else, I believe. So they take a couple months off and then they start planning all over again. But yeah, it was fantastic. There were so many awesome people there. And I'm not even like mentioning a fraction of them, because that was only like a good portion of us that I mentioned. And it was so much fun. We had Tropic Twins. So last year it was the Secret Siren because the theme was all mermaid themed. This year it was like a tropic theme. So we had Tropic Twins instead. So I got some stuff for my Secret Siren, or no, my Tropic Twin. Sorry, I'm confusing it again. And she loved everything, loved it. And then I was getting mine because you get 6 gifts over the course of the weekend. And so it was like 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. And as we're getting these things, so I'm getting them and I'm like, dang, I was like, it's gotta be somebody in the Discord because they know me so well. It was like everything was 1000% on point perfection. And I was like, okay, it's gotta be somebody who really knows me because this is just awesome. And sorry about this. I've got like this really, my nose has decided it wants to like leak all over everything right now. So I'm constantly having to blow my nose and pause the videos to blow my nose. See, I'm only 20 minutes in and I have had to stop or pause. Well, I just keep it running. I just edit it out afterwards. And I've had to basically stop and blow my nose like 5 times already. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So if it seems a little jumpy, that's why, because my nose has decided that it wants to leak all over everything. And I hate that. And I do not blow my nose for your guys' viewing pleasure, because that would just annoy me if I was watching like a WIP Chat and people were sitting there blowing their nose. It's one thing to cough, that I'm like, and as it is, I'm already snuffing in quite a bit because of the drippy nose. But anyways, so yeah, so my secret Tropic Twin, I keep mixing it up, totally had everything like on point for me. It was fantastic. I would get everything, and like Charmaine was sitting next to me and she was like, oh yeah, that's fantastic, that's so you. And the whole time it was her roommate who had me as as her Tropic Twin. So it was really funny because of course Charmaine is like had like the perfect poker face for everything. Maybe that comes from living in Vegas. But anyways, so yeah, that was fantastic. That was so much fun. We did all sorts of fun stuff. We diamond painted until like 4 o'clock in the morning. Most days, got like no sleep. Finally, I'm done with the 310 that has been killing me. All right. So we stayed up super late every night. We diamond painted for ages. We did a Buc-ee's trip. Tiffany did like 4 Buc-ee's trips. I just went once because I'm like, it's Buc-ee's. I've been there before. But Tiffany went like Chokashi. I think she went 4 times to Buc-ee's. It was pretty funny. Hey, Susu. Hey, Carcass. Okay, for the whites, I don't like using the same color tray, so I'm actually... Get yourself out of my curtain! No, not getting in my blinds. Little rascal. So we're going to put this one right in here. All right. You probably saw sushi in passing. Because I need that contrast of the lines on here to make it easier to put this in here. So, boom, much better. All right. And these ones are much nicer drills than those 310. Those 310 on paint gems are just notoriously trashy. And I feel like I'm going to have to blow my nose again. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry. This is like, I was doing fine. And then I didn't have to blow my nose until I come in here and sit down. And all of a sudden it's like, the snot everywhere. Anyways, TMI, I know. But anywho, so I had the retreat, which was so much fun. Myself, Charmaine, Tiffany, and Nicole rode together from the airport down. So I was the first one to arrive at the airport. And then it was Charmaine, and then Tiffany, and then Nicole. So basically what we did is I didn't leave security. I stayed on the airport, like the terminal side of everything. So that way we could go and have something to do. So I met Charmaine at her gate and picked up Charmaine. No, I met Tiffany at her gate and then picked up Charmaine because it was Tiffany first and then Charmaine. But they actually got there like basically at the same time because everybody's flights were so early. We're getting in early, which was fantastic. So I picked up Tiffany, and then Charmaine met us, and we went to TGI Fridays or whatever you call that place. We went there and had like lunch and something to drink. Sushi, get out of the curtain or the blinds, whatever you want to get out. Don't just look at me with that little paw. You're ridiculous. Here, I will open the blind for you, Carcass. Now you can look out the blind, but you are not climbing in the blind. She's too funny. So we went to TGI Fridays. I had lunch and drink while we waited for Nicole because Nicole's flight wasn't due in for like 2 hours. So we did that, killed some time, and then we went and then we were like, all right, let's go grab our bags, and then we will meet Nicole because she was coming in a totally different terminal. So we started off, we just went because we were already in Terminal B. So we were like, perfect. And if you're not familiar with the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, it's a massive airport with multiple terminals, and you have to basically, if you're on the airport side or like the terminal side through security, you can take the Skylink from place to place. But if you're not, then you have to take like the bus. You have to take like a little bus thing from terminal to terminal. So we were like, okay, let's go ahead and just go down, leave security, get out of there, and go pick up Tiffany's bag because that's right where we were. So we picked up Tiffany's bag, and then we had to go. And then from there, we picked up Tiffany's bag, we picked up Tiffany's bag, and then we had to go to the next terminal. So we went to another terminal and picked up my bag. And then from there, we had to go to another terminal and pick up Charmaine's bag. Meanwhile, this whole process is taking like an hour and a half because we have to like wait for the little bus thing and then jump on the bus and then drive for ages because it's such a massive airport to the next terminal, get the bag from the counter. Because basically, if it's been more than X amount of time and you didn't pick your bag up from the bag claim, they put your bag in like a little room or like in the little room or behind the counter kind of a thing. But it's still there and you're still able to pick it up that day. You just have to like grab it from there and show them that you are the owner of said bag. So we did that. And then we were like, all right, now we get to go to Nicole's terminal and pick up Nicole. And then from there we can go to the rental car place. So that's what we did, and it was so funny because it was like we had literally been driving around on these little trams for what felt, I think it was like 2 hours by the time we had finished, like the three of us finished with all of the back and forth that we were doing. Because we picked up Nicole, and then it was another tram ride from there, like I said, to the rental car place. But it was just like, oh my gosh, are we ever going to be done with these small little trams? And it was hilarious because every single time we went to get out one, so I had just one suitcase and then my backpack as a carry-on, because my duffel bag, which was my second bag for coming home with because of all the goodies that you accumulate when you're at a retreat. My suitcase, weighed a fair amount. Charmaine's weighed a fair amount. Tiffany, her suitcase, she had a carry-on and a suitcase, and her carry-on had most of her stuff in it, and the suitcase was very, very much mostly empty because that was, pre-gaming for, going back and having a full suitcase on the way back. So she, every time we'd go to get on one of these trams or one of these little buses, she'd be like, it's really light. Every time they'd go to pick up her bag, it was so adorable because every single time they'd go to pick it up and they'd act like it was really heavy, and they're like, oh, it is really light every single time. So it was like the number of times that she had to tell that to somebody as she was doing the bag was hilarious. But yes, so we did that. We get to the retreat center, and that's when, the shenanigans begin, and the entire weekend was just so much fun, so much time spent with everybody, so many hilarious, ridiculous stories and things and everything else. It was so much fun. But yeah, that was the retreat. And then we went home on Tuesday. What day did we leave? Oh, we left on Monday. Oh, see, this one doesn't seem to have the best adhesive because look, there's two 310s that just decided that they didn't want to be there any longer. So then we went home on Monday, but we went to the airport, and my flight wasn't until like 3:55, and there were a few others that had late flights. So basically we went through, and I just went through the same, like whatever security place Charmaine had to go through for like her clear stuff or whatever, because it's like it doesn't matter what place you go through for security as long as you get through security, especially since you can take the Skylink to your actual location. So we ended up basically went to her gate, and there was like at the gate next to hers there was like a row of like those desk countertop things. So we're like, let's just sit here, and it was much less populated than her actual gate, and we had a few hours, so we sat there. Well, first we got our Starbucks, and then we sat there and waited, and next up I think was Lexi was I think the next one to come through. So Lexi came through first, and then we had Mackenzie I think was after that, and then after Mackenzie it was Jessica and doing this. So after Mackenzie, it was Jessica and Angela. So they came through. So all of us were sitting like in this big long line, kind of like chatting, doing stuff. I think Lexi was working on one of the sticker scenes that I had given her to do because she was like, I don't have anything to do. And I was working on this paint gem series. I did while we were waiting there at that spot for like the first flight. I think I knocked out 4 of these little things. So I finished, I think, 4 of the geometrics there. And then from there, once Charmaine left, we stayed there a little bit longer. And then we all started to depart to our respective gates. So then we departed to our respective gates, like I said, because at that point we were like, maybe like half an hour to boarding time for our flights, because we all had very similar flight times. So, we dropped Lexi off first at hers because she had the next flight out. And then the rest of us meandered back to our gates and did our flights. So it's always bittersweet when you're saying goodbye, but we did that. So it's kind of fun that we like basically were, almost like continuing the retreat at the airport, sitting there diamond painting and chilling, waiting for our flights. But we did that, and then, off we went, got on the plane and headed home. And apparently because I had checked in so much earlier than my flight, they actually sent my luggage ahead on an earlier flight, which is funny. So when I got there, my bags, I got the notice from when I landed that my bag had arrived on an earlier flight. Well, my 2 bags. So I had to go pick those up from it was actually quicker than waiting for it to get unloaded off of the plane, because it was already off. I didn't have to sit there at baggage claim and wait like everybody else. So I was able to grab my bags from the little baggage claim room area where the people were, and then go. And then I had to, because I had parked on the economy lot this time, whereas last time I flew through this airport, it was just like a day trip. So I just parked in like the daily parking, which is a higher cost for the daily parking fee. So this time I just parked in the economy lot, but you have to take a little shuttle from the economy lots, or the airport to the economy lot, because there's no walking path between the two. So I had to wait for the shuttle to come, so that way I could take that through and to my car and then head home. Yes, and the girls were so happy to see me. I was really proud of myself too. I actually unpacked everything, like emptied out my suitcase and unpacked everything same day, which is like unheard of for me to do. Absolutely unheard of. I didn't organize anything or put it away. I just basically unpacked. This is like these drills. Oof. The weight are fine. It's those 310 that are killing me. But yeah, I was able to get everything unpacked, set out, and then on Tuesday, because I had to work Tuesday morning, so I got back at like 7 or so. But by the time I get home, it's like, you know, like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock by the time I got home. So I just unpacked everything and then pretty much like went to bed because I was exhausted. Because it had been a long weekend of very little sleep, and I had to work on Tuesday morning. I had to go to work and be there for a patient at 7:30. So worked on Tuesday. Oh my goodness. As I'm sitting in my office before, like waiting for my first patient to show up, I'm sitting there and I'm like, must keep eyes open. My eyes kept like closing on me, and I'm like, no, must keep eyes open. It was so bad. I was so tired. And then when I got home from work on Tuesday, I ended up filming, because I was like, I had all of this mess of everything on my desk here. And I was like, before I can do anything else, before I can film my month in review from May, I need to actually clean off this desk. And I was like, well, I want to film like the retreat goodies haul video, kind of like the stash bag, the swag bag and all that stuff, and all of the things that I got from the retreat. So I filmed that and did that Tuesday night, so that could go up on Wednesday. And then I didn't get a video for Friday because I was just so tired. So it's taken me all week to like recover from the retreat, but it's totally worth it. So I did, so I ended up, and then I did my month in review. I filmed the next day on Wednesday night when I got home from work. And then I was like, okay, I need to do, like last night I was laying, like at like 9:30, I had fallen asleep, and at 9:30 I woke up briefly, and I was supposed to do a makeup painting class last night from 9 to 12 with another group of people, and I woke up at 9:30, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I am so exhausted. I don't think I can do my painting class and be up for another 3 hours paying attention and painting, because it's on like West Coast time, so it would only be from 6 to 9 West Coast. But here, 3 hours later, look at that. So we finished one. Took me way too long because I was talking the entire time. All right, so now we are going to pull up the next one. We are done with that color for this one. And now we're going to pull out this little one, which will have some more color to it. But anyways, so that was the retreat and the shenanigans and like the making up, recovering from the retreat kind of a thing. But beyond that, I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Oh, that's like, was so much. Oh my goodness, you guys would not believe how many things, how many paintings I accumulated over the course of this retreat. Oh my word. Between all of the canvases that were in our swag bag, I won both door prizes that I won were canvases. Because everybody got 2 door prizes, and both of them that I won were canvases. So it was like there were 4 canvases in the swag bag, or 4 kits in the swag bag, and then I won 2 more, so that makes it, so now we're up to like 6 right there. And then on top of that, there was, Angela had brought 2 kits for me that I was getting from her, as part of like her just stashing them. So you add that up, that's 8 canvases right there. And then I picked up, a couple canvases off of the, I think I picked up like one, maybe it was just one canvas off of the free pile, but I picked up a canvas off of the freebie pile. So now we're looking at like 9 canvases right there. And then there was, and then I'm trying to think, I think there was like something, there was like another, oh, and then I picked up one of my canvases from Jaded Gem Shop, during the sponsor showcase. I picked up a canvas from her, that she had in stocks, that way she didn't have to ship it to me, because I had the room in my bag to easily take it. So now we're up to like 10 canvases that I went home, 10 kits that I went home with. And then on top of that, I bought 1 canvas from Muni Made, so we're at 11 right there. Granted, that's only like the first one that I purchased. And then I also purchased 4 kits from Jaded Gem Shop during the sponsor, or like the vendor showcase. And granted, the kits that I got from Jade were like some super, super tiny, like Witchy Stitcher and Flossy canvases. So it's not like they took up a lot of space or anything like that. But the fact being that I still left with, something like, I lost count of where I was. Let's see, we had the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was 11. So that was like 14 canvases that I then came home with that I did not have with me when I left. So 14 additional canvases, but I only purchased 5 of them. And like the 4 of them that I purchased were really tiny ones. They were like little, like 20 by 20, 25 by 20, like little canvases. So those ones did not take up a lot of space or anything like that. And then, from there, yeah, packing everything and getting everything organized was an ordeal. That's always fun, trying to get it all to fit everywhere. But packed everything. Yeah. So I then had to fit all of those canvases, which I fit them. I brought an extra duffel bag, but I fit all of those canvases in my, bag, between my suitcase and my, duffel bag. I fit it all in there, and I took my easel and light pad as well. And I had, we're gonna turn this one sideways to do these ones. So I took my easel and light pad, and then I also had, let's see, easel, light pad, and then a large Elizabeth Ward and a small Elizabeth Ward that had all of my kits kitted up in. Because I brought 6 snack size kits with me, so 6 little ones, because I figured, you know, the retreat is going to be, was Thursday night, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So I was like, this will work. I've got 6 kits with me, plus a paint gem that I tossed in there. So I was like, I tossed a couple paint gems in there. The doors, that was my paint gem WIP, and then this one right here. Because I was like, I'm bringing 8 things. I figured I would finish all 6 canvases, because I figured like 2 of those each day, because they were small snackies. So 6 canvases that I brought with. Figured I'd finish those, and my goal was to also finish the doors paint gem set, because that one was like, oh, it was brutal. It was so much confetti. It was brutal. So did the doors, and then on top of that, it was like, okay, got those. And then at the airport, I started this. After that, after I finished doors, I was like, I needed a break, because that was so much confetti, and like, ugh, I did not enjoy doing the doors paint gem set at all. So I also did, what's the carcass doing? Oh, she's climbing. Yay. Okay. I digress. I ordered this like thing that hangs over the door that has like 4 levels of perch on it for the cats. So they can kind of like climb up and be super tall, but still be on like the door, and they're not. Yeah. So I put that together last night, and, Mochi is absolutely in love with it. And Sushi was like, I don't know about this at first, but she just climbed up, and she's at the top perch, seeing if she can climb on top of the door and go from there, because she's an adventurous little thing now. Yesterday, she was not adventurous. Hey, Susu. Sushi cat. Hey, carcass. She looks so happy because she's up tall. She's a tall cat. She's going to try to stand on top of the door now, which she doesn't really have the balance for it. Mochi totally has the balance for that, because Mochi will just, like, somehow magically will be on top of the door, and she'll just, like, you know, lay there on top of the door, perched. It's so ridiculously adorable. But Sushi is on the top level of the perch with her paws on the door, on the top of the door. Happy little cat, because she's tall cat. And from there, okay, so I'm trying to think. Yeah, so a lot of canvases that I accumulated. And then I also purchased all of the, like, the new, well, not all of them. I purchased a whole bunch of, like, the new Amazon, Diamond Art Club Amazon exclusive canvases that they just released during the anniversary weekend. I snagged, like, way too many of them. But they were, again, they're all small and they're all cute and adorable. So I had snagged those during the retreat weekend. So that's, like, another 7 canvases. But my justification was, like, but they won't take me very long to finish. After, you know, I, like, literally just spent all this time, like, destashing stuff, and I finally got my kit, or my hoard down to, like, a much happier quantity. And then here I go adding right back to it, and now it's, like, right back to where it was. And I'm like, oh, great, this is wonderful. But yeah, I accumulated so many kits this weekend. So many kits. So yeah, that's a lot of what was going on. Now I need to, you know, work on these kits and get back onto my my no-buy, low-buy, whatever you want to call it, my modified low-buy, basically, is what it is. So that way I don't buy more kits, because I now am good again, because but anywho. So now I get to work on them, and I'm going to continue. If you watched my month in review, you would have seen kind of what my plans are for moving forward for, like, this next month. I need to finish Bahama Mama, and once I finish Bahama Mama, I'm going to pull out Pride from JoJo's Art, and I'm going to add all the bling to that. That needs all the bling in it. So that's my plan once I finish Bahama Mama, but I need to actually work on Bahama Mama. It's just sitting on my desk. I haven't worked on that one or Sake Dragon. But, you know, I mean, I just got back from the retreat, so if I'm not working on it right now, it's not a big deal. I'm still working on a WIP. This was a WIP, so it's going to be continued. And I'll finish those canvases when I finish them. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I'm not worried about finishing the canvases. Like, Sake Dragon will get done when it gets done. I'm taking my time on Sake Dragon just because the confetti in there is something that if I try to push for Sake Dragon, I have a feeling that I would, like, burn myself out just because of how much confetti is on it. So I've been trying to take my time on that one. And then Bahama Mama is, you know, it's a Distracted by Diamonds, and it's, like, they very much love their, it's an older Distracted by Diamonds. I think it's from 2022. And they very much love their, like, checkerboardy, it's very computer rendered. So the background is, like, sheer, pure checkerboarding that you get from, like, the computer generating those colors together. So that is taking a little bit longer to do than a normal round would take me, just because of how much checkerboarding it is. Are you in a mood? Are you in a mood, Carcass? Huh, Susu? She's in a mood. So that's going a little bit slower because of that. But other than that, those are really the two main whips, Bahama Mama and Sake Dragon. Then, of course, I have my Witchy Stitcher one. So when I want to break from one of those, I can just take this off of the desk and work on this canvas, my cross-stitch conversion. So I need to work on it again because I've got the 2 pages done, and I need to work on it and finish, like, page 3 and page 4, and then I will be done with, like, the first row across once I do that. Because this is one that's going to take me a hot minute, because, I mean, like, look, the entire background is 310 for this. And that's the part I'm doing right now, is the border, which is basically almost all 310. But I want to get the border knocked out because that's the part that's going to take the longest. And then once the border is done, then I will be able to start filling in the cards, which that'll be the fun part, doing each of those little cards. Because they're not very big, but that's going to be the fun part when I do those. But the actual, like, regular diamond painting whips that I've got going is pretty much just the other 2, and this one. But this one will be done today, realistically, because I've just knocked out 2 of the kits. I have painting class from noon to 3:30. Well, from 12:30 to 3:30, I will be in my painting class. But other than that, that's really the only thing I have on the agenda for today, is my painting class from 12:30 to 3:30. And then I will be free the rest of the afternoon to diamond paint to my little heart's content. I do have to mow my lawn, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, because Sushi was a royal brat last night and kept me awake literally. Oh my goodness, I slept so bad last night. And it's like, I always look forward to, like, weekends, because, you know, Friday night you go to bed when you want and sleep in until you want, which is usually like 7 o'clock at the latest for me. But so I was really looking forward to that, but I went to bed and I'm trying to sleep and I'm like, I'll be almost asleep. And then Sushi will go over and start beating on the door in the closet door, because she wants inside the closet. And I'm like, no. So she starts rattling the closet door and I have to keep yelling at her, grabbing the squirt bottle to squirt her. And then she gives up on that. And then she goes over to the front of the room where she's so funny. She's in a mood, where I have like this little Japanese altar thing on the floor with a cup underneath some pictures that are on the wall. And I have them like stickied to the wall so that way she can't actually move them, because otherwise she rattles paintings. But now she has decided that she must climb said pictures. So it's like I'll turn on my flashlight because she's making all this noise, and I look and there's Sushi dangling from the top edge of a picture frame. And I'm like, would you stop? So she, like, literally all night, she did not sleep. She was doing this all night long. And I was like, would you go to bed, little cat? Go to bed. Come on, just lay here with me and just settle down. But no, she was in a mood last night. So, which means that I did not sleep, but hardly at all. So I'm like all exhausted today and I'm migraine-y, and I'm like, I have no desire to do anything because of this little terror that's racing around the house right now. So, yeah, that was super fun. So hopefully she sleeps tonight so I can actually sleep tonight, because God forbid if I try to lock her out of the room, well, Mochi won't be happy because Mochi sleeps in the bedroom with me, but then I can't have her locked in the bedroom because then they can't get up and go to use their litter box, which they primarily use in the middle of the night, or go eat food or drink water or anything like that. So it's like, oh my goodness, the little terror, royal little terror, rascal. Because I have my perfect angel sitting next to me being all adorable, and Mochi being so cute, laying in her box like an adorable little fiend. And then I have the terror, who was, she was in royal terror mode last night. It was crazy. I can hear her scrabbling around right now, running around back and forth with her little claws, like clacking on the floor as she races to and fro in the other part of the house. She's so funny. Love her little stink butt self, but sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, you little brat, would you knock it off? Oh my word. And that was me last night, like yelling at this little turd because she was just in a mood and would not sleep. And I'm like, why won't you let me sleep? Because normally she's fine. Like, go to bed and she goes to bed, and she has like a little bit of shenanigans that she'll do for like 15-20 minutes, and then she settles down and will actually sleep. But no, not last night. It was like hours of shenanigans, nonstop shenanigans. You think the shenanigans are done and you almost fall asleep. Boom. Up they go again. Oh, she was being a brat. But it's been raining here all week long. So my grass, I mowed my lawn, I think it's Wednesday before I left for the retreat. I mowed the lawn. No, actually it was Tuesday night. I mowed the lawn late Tuesday night before I left for the retreat. And I didn't want to totally scalp the lawn, so I raised the legs up, because it's like it had scalped it last time. So I raised, the lawn was so long from all the rain that we had beforehand. So I was like, I don't want to do it with as low as I normally do. So I took it up like one notch higher for the mower deck to mow my lawn. And I got back on, Monday night, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my lawn needs mowed already. Hadn't even been a full week and it already needed mowed again. So of course I'm like, it rained all this week. So I didn't have a chance to mow it any earlier than this. So I'm going to have to mow it this weekend because it is out of control right now. It is very, very, but it's like the robust. It's not so much the weeds like last time I mowed. It was like I was mowing a lot of the tall weeds that had come up, but not as much of the healthy grass because we hadn't had as much rain. This time we've had all this rain, so now I have all the healthy grass, the green lush grass to mow. So I'm happy about that, but I'm going to be shortening the mower deck back down because I'm not about this like less than a week to mow life. Granted, it's not every week that it rains, all week long like it did this time. So there is that, but all right, we have one color left and then we are done with the second one of these. Helps if this putty is definitely a little bit of a stringier putty. So I think once I finish working on these, I'll probably, when I do the other two later today, I'll probably switch out and put some like Randis putty in here, just because it's warm enough now that I need that thicker putty. Like Randa's putty is not a thin stringy putty. It's a very hard putty. So I'm going to put that back on, like swap out the putty in this for that. Like I think this would probably work fine in the winter, but in, you know, the summer when I'm that like stingy person, and my air conditioning is usually set at 80 degrees because, which Natalie thinks I'm absolutely crazy for, but my air conditioning is set at 80 degrees because I'm like, I didn't grow up with air conditioning really, so I'm used to not having AC, and like half the places I've lived as an adult, I haven't had AC either. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to spend the money to, you know, for air conditioning to keep it down at like a cold temp, because that's just expensive when it's like I'm comfortable at 80. Like last night I did have to drop it down to 79 while I was laying in bed because I just could not fall asleep, and I felt warm because I was up and down chasing after the cat. So I did drop it down to 79 last night, but normally it's at, you know, 80 day and night, and I adjust as needed. So like last night I just dropped it down to 79, and then, you know, this morning propped it back up to 80. So, you know, I do that back and forth regularly. But yeah, so I forgot where I was going with that. All right. We will see how many times I have to edit out sneezes and blowing my nose from this video. Well, not so many sneezes now. It's just the constant blowing my nose. Because, of course, I just had to do that again. So I will probably have like 10 edits in this video at least. And I'm like that minimalistic editor person, as you guys have probably seen. But I'm going to have to edit this video quite a bit to get rid of all of my stopping and blowing my nose because of how runny it is. I'm like, I don't know what's up with my nose today. This is crazy. It's not like I ate anything that would, you know, do this really. Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. I could have eaten something for breakfast because I went grocery shopping yesterday. Ooh, we're almost done with this one. I love this color that I'm working with right now. This 958 is a really pretty color. So we've got 2 more lines of color, or 2 more blocks of color to go. And then we will be done with this one, and we will have finished 2 of these little sets. So yes, I'm looking, like, making good progress on them. Yeah, this is definitely a stringier putty, so Randa's will be put in here shortly. Because I like the consistency of Randa's Crafty Corner putty for the summertime, at least for where I'm at in my warmer house. Now if I was in somewhere cooler, it would just be fine. It would be fine to work with the putty that I'm using right now. This Tiny Diny Creations putty would work fine if I was in a cooler climate or in the winter time. But for summer in Florida, in a house that doesn't have very cold air conditioning, it's a little bit stringier than I prefer. But it works just fine. And the smell is good too. All right, we are officially done with both of those. So I will show those off, and I just have 2 more to go, and then I will be done with the entire set. So these are the 2 that I finished during our WIP Chat. Boop, boop, boop. Look at how pretty they are. They are so adorable. And I love these. This has been a really, really fun set to do. I have been really enjoying it. So now I have, that was 9 and 10. So this one, I completed this one at the airport, this one at the airport, that one at the airport. That one was fun to do, even though it was, you know, all black and white. And then this one, I think I started this one at the airport, but finished it when I got home. And then maybe I finished it at the airport. I don't remember. I finished this one, not last night, but the night before. So Thursday night, I did this one, and this one also on Thursday night. This one was also a Thursday night, and then this one, so maybe it was like Tuesday night. Well, no, I did one on Wednesday night, and then Thursday night I did like the other 3. That one was really cool how that one turned out. And then we have number 9, which is this black and white one right here. And then we have number 10, which was this colorful one right here that I just finished. So I just have 2 left to go. Design 11, which is this one right here. And then design 12, which is that one right there. And both of those will go fairly quickly. The one that took the longest out of all of these would have to be this one right here, because all of the 310 is primarily single placed for the majority of that 310. It looks really cool, but it was a lot of single placing. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my rambles, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.